Okay, so I've been getting a lot of imagery about the wolf in sheep's clothing. And one insight was, people forget that the wolf in sheep's clothing gets eaten by the farmer because it was mistaken by a sheep, mistaken as a sheep. This retrograde, I swear, is already doing what it does, and I don't usually have problems this bad. Anyways, the other insight was that not every wolf in sheep's clothing is bad. Some wolves take on the sheep's clothing so that they can protect the sheep because they know the nature of other wolves. And so we call those sheepdogs, which was like the direct quote that was implanted into my brain. And so, with that, later on down the road, I end up having a dream where I come out of a forest and I'm sitting at a table with people from this like small town, and they are talking about some problem that they're having, and they are saying that it's the wolves, and then I tell them it's not the wolves, and they're like, well, it looks like it's the wolves, and I tell them you need to investigate further. It's not the wolves. And I said, do not harm my wolves. And they were like, well, why not? And I was just like, if you harm my wolves, there will be war. And they were like, oh, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you need to investigate further because it's not them. And they were like, well, wolves are bad. And I was just like, I pointed to a literal sheepdog that was literally just walking by conveniently. And I said, that's a wolf. And it didn't look like any other sheepdog I've ever seen. It actually looked wolf and dog. And so what I tell them is that's a wolf. You just can't tell because it was bred with a dog. It's the same thing. Leave them alone. And so after that, they take heed. And I go to the river and I see plastic dropped into the river. And then there are spirits that come out of the river, like three of them, taking like a human type form. But I gathered from, and the funny thing is, like, before I even really got a chance to talk to them, I pretty much gathered that these river spirits are not going to be playing without this pollution anymore. So if you're people that like to stick stuff in the rivers, I would recommend you don't, because this nature is not playing with humans no more. I think we're already witnessing them getting fed up. So, yeah, don't hurt the animals and don't be throwing stuff in rivers. I would recommend not littering at all because what the fuck is you doing it for, anyways? But yeah, we got to do better. But what I was like gathering from all of that is like Legend of Korra vibes. Like when the spoiler alert, I guess it's been forever, when the spirit world merged with the physical world. And people didn't like it at first. And they were like, no, we need to get rid of them. And they were trying to get the avatar to get rid of the spirits or whatever. And she's like, no, they're here. You get used to it or you get out because they were here first. So, yeah, it's looking like we are about to merge with nature. Because in Legend of Korra, there were trees growing through their houses originally. And then people were getting powers that they'd never had before. So, yeah, we're going to be reconnecting with nature, it looks like. At least that's what I'm gathering from all of this. So, yeah, be prepared for some very interesting happenings. Also, I ended up spilling some dirt and picked up something from that too. So I saw in the dirt a bird flying towards an egg. I was getting something was like hatching, and the bird was like making it right on time to like witness it hatching. And so with that, something new is literally just on the cusp of being created, born, or whatever the case may be. And it just fills me with so much joy to see it. And I know it's a bluebird, so look up what bluebird means because I forgot to do it before I did this, and my phone's dying. I don't got the time. Um, and the other image that I saw was like a upside down heart with two legs, but this didn't give me like bad vibes. This gave me like the Fool card, like the leap of faith, diving into something. It gave me like diving deep into a task. That card from the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. And it really, like, the way I felt was just like that feeling that you get before the roller coaster goes down, but like it's not scary. It's like a thrill, like like something fun. Like when you get to do something that brings you like the most joy. I was getting very like creative energy and like maybe potential employment energy. So that's what I was picking up from that. Like it's like you're saying it with your whole chest. You're putting your whole heart into whatever it is that you're doing. And it felt like a big return because you're like putting so much of your like heart into it. And so like it made me smile. Like it was the energy was just so much joy and so much love and just like finally just like fully being able to express yourself in like your most authentic way. And it was so beautiful to see that. And yeah, so I figured that correlated with this Mother Earth message. So be kind to the earth. Do not litter, especially around water. Be very, very careful how you interact with all forms of nature, but especially water right now. Because, yeah, we don't want bad things happening. So don't hurt the animals. Don't litter in the water or the earth, because that stuff is not going to look pretty when it comes back. And, just be kind, be loving, follow your heart. Follow your heart. It knows the way. And have a wonderful fucking day. Bars.